Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Tonight, a couple from Independence Township has been charged.
The gun on me, holding him with the car.
After this video goes viral showing a confrontation and major meltdown in a Chipotle parking lot.
Our string of 90-degree days could end up in double digits, and if that's not bad enough, then we start talking about the humidity.
Okay, Ben, but as we head into holiday weekend, we begin with the new concerns of a coronavirus resurgence here in Michigan. Today, the state reported the highest number of cases in more than a month.
There were 543 new cases today, 15 more deaths, and with more things back open and the 4th of July upon us, health officials urging everyone to stay the course. Jason Colthorpe went out to see how people plan to stay safe, whether they're heading north or celebrating at home.
Beaches around Metro Detroit, like the one here at Kensington Metro Park, are already busy. And with Michigan's curve suddenly starting to bend the wrong way, experts are saying use common sense this weekend.
Well, I like the one little...
Luna loves fireworks.
With the tiny circles and the one...
But it's not her favorite part of the 4th of July.
Celebrating it with my family.
Extended family time, though, is ill-advised.
You can still have fun and still be cautious. I mean, everything with, what's the saying? Everything with...
Moderation.
Moderation.
It's up to all of us. We all have to do our part.
Lynn Sutphin with the State Department of Health and Human Services says more young people are suddenly coming down with the virus. Another warning sign that everyone needs to be cautious.
It doesn't mean you can't have any friends over, can't mean you can't see your family. Think about being outdoors. Think about being apart, social distancing, maintaining that, kind of holding off on those hugs and kisses until, maybe down the road.
New numbers show the west side of the state has become a hot spot. And one look at this picture from the Mackinac Bridge Thursday evening shows potential for more.
Today's larger increase is significant, and it really highlights how close we are to a real resurgence and how critically important it is for everyone to take precautions seriously, or honestly, the governor is going to be doing more than rolling back of the reopening of bars.
If you have to dial it back just a tiny, tiny bit, I mean, that's what you have to do to keep the public safe.
Experts point to the outbreak at Harper's Bar in East Lansing as a perfect example of how not being cautious may not just affect your household, but could have effects on people all across the state. At Kensington Metro Park, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Yeah, Jason, let's stay with that. Bars and restaurants continue to be areas of big concern across the area. Tonight, Jolly Pumpkin in Ann Arbor says a customer tested positive for coronavirus on June 20th. Restaurant says it spent the next day sanitizing the premises. The Red Robin on Hall Road in Clinton Township says 3 employees there tested positive after attending a party in a basement on June 20th. That restaurant now only open for curbside service. All of the employees we're told are being screened. As for that outbreak that Jason mentioned in East Lansing, Harper's Bar, there are now 152 cases that link back to that night at the bar.
Wow. All right, day one of our 90-degree stretch, and we have a long way to go here.
We've been in the heat, but now looking a little humidity coming in too, I guess, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? We've got possibly 10 days in a row that we're going to see 90-degree temperatures. We are in July, so let's just throw some humidity on the top of that, and we will tomorrow. There is the high that we hit today, right at that number. But man, Flint, 96. That was just the thermometer reading. We didn't really have much humidity today to speak of, but we will tomorrow. It is going to start moving up. That will give us at least the chance of a stray storm. Saturday the 4th, we're looking at dry conditions. Same goes on Sunday. Both, or I should say all 3 days, are going to be in the 90s, and we'll see that humidity go back down for the 4th and 5th. But of course, this 90-degree stretch goes on. We'll talk about that and better chances of storms coming up in a few minutes. Guys?
Okay, Ben. Tonight, a couple is charged for what you're seeing in this now viral video. A white woman pulling a gun on a black mother and her 2 daughters at an Orion Township Chipotle. The woman holding the gun and her husband went before a judge accused of assault. Mar McDonald is live at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. So, Mar, do we know what started all of this?
Well, Kimberly, here's the only thing that everybody can agree on here. That woman, Jillian Woostenberg, is walking out of the Chipotle with her food bag. Walking in is a mom and her 2 daughters. That's it. That's all anybody can agree on here. One of those teenagers walking in with her mom says that Woostenberg bumped her, and then it escalated from there.
Mom, stop moving! Stop, Mom!
This is 32-year-old Jillian Woostenberg at the end of what turned into a screaming standoff in the Orion Township Chipotle parking lot.
We see situations where the tension is very quick, people are on edge, and there's a quick acceleration to anger and sometimes physical violence. So I guess my plea is please let us all try to be that voice of calm.
Not a lot of calm on display during this entire encounter. It all started, according to the sheriff, when Woostenberg was leaving the restaurant and she's supposed to have bumped a black teenager who was going in with her mother and sister. The teen thought she was owed an apology, and it escalated from there.
You cannot just walk around calling white people racist. This is not that type of world. White people are racist.
A screaming meltdown in the parking lot, hurling accusations of racism. Woostenberg's husband gets out of their van.
Yeah, I said it. You say something, I'll beat your white.
Tonight, he's been charged as well and fired from his job at Oakland University after the school saw the video. The Woostenbergs try to leave, and you hear thumps. That's when Jillian Woostenberg gets out of the van and pulls the gun.
You gonna shoot me? Get the away. Oh!
Back here live, tonight both Woostenbergs have been charged with 1 count each of felonious assault. Both of them are CPL carriers. Both of them had their firearms out in the midst of this parking lot brouhaha. So both have been charged, both have had to give their guns over to the sheriff's department, and both go back to court on July 14th. We're live at the Oakland County Sheriff's Department tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Yeah. Okay, Mara, thanks. Well, we caught up with the sheriff after that news conference today to talk about an update in the case of a man posing as a police officer. The sheriff stopped Adrian Ansa Asante in Bloomfield Hills back in February and found he was driving around with fake police decals, flashing lights, and a gun. Well, today he pleaded guilty to a gun charge and impersonating an officer. The sheriff says there are ways to make sure you never fall victim to somebody like this.
Go to a well-lit or populated area if you don't think it's a police car, and make sure that somebody else is able to view it, and their police in the community are contacted if you're unsure if it's actually a police car and a police person if they're not in a traditional marked car.
Ansa Asante is scheduled to be sentenced sometime later this month. A small plane made a hard landing at the Oakland-Troy airport tonight.
We've got video from Sky 4 showing the plane sitting on its belly on the runway. The plane was landing with the gear up. It is unclear whether there was a problem that the gear could not come down or exactly what the malfunction was. But no one was hurt, fortunately. The plane had to be loaded onto a flatbed truck and hauled away.
A married couple was killed in a fire at their Van Buren Township home overnight. Firefighters say Richard and Patricia Johnson were sleeping when the fire started in the home on Lilac Lane near I-94 and Belleville Road. They were found in the garage. Investigators say it looked as if they were trying to get away. The fire cause is still under investigation, but the marshal says it does appear to be accidental.
The numbers are in, and Ford has now joined General Motors and Fiat Chrysler in a drop in sales during the pandemic. No real surprise. Ford says sales dropped by a third, 33% in the second quarter. So all three Detroit automakers reported declines of more than 30% compared to the second quarter of a year ago.
Tomorrow, a group of pastors and activists will continue the call for the commutation of former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick.
Ebony Magazine is joining forces with more than 20 pastors to hold this news conference over Zoom tomorrow. They say his 28-year prison sentence shows how black men are victimized by the criminal justice system. In May, the Federal Bureau of Prisons denied Kilpatrick's bid, you'll recall, for home confinement during the coronavirus pandemic. There are two things you'll likely see a lot of this holiday weekend, but experts say they are a dangerous combination.
A new warning about hand sanitizer and fireworks.
How about that? And 5 people rescued from a Michigan bay as their boat sinks. 2 important things the Coast Guard says they did that may have saved their lives.
But first, we know it's going to take a vaccine for us to be able to go back to the way things were before coronavirus. Dr. McGeorge is in to give us a realistic look at where things stand.